Okay, so I thought I'd take you through some of the actual focusing modes for the a7 III. Hopefully that chainsaw sound's not coming through, he's just in the distance there. But basically what we are, if we look into the menu through here, you can see that basically if we go to the FN menu, we have in the focus area here, there's wide, there's zone, there's center, there's flexible spot M, flexible spot, expandable flexible spot, and lock on AF. Now I'm in photography mode at the moment. I'll show you the video mode in just a second, but basically I'm going to start out by showing you what I use wide for, and to be honest I use wide for an awful lot. You'll see that I've got face detect turned on, and then immediately when Kiara looks at me, her face is being lit up. Now she moves around the image, so you just go left and right, Kiara, so you can move all over. You can move a bit quicker. You can see now it'll track Kiara pretty quickly as she moves around. And if I use eye detect, basically you'll see here that it will grab her eye the second that she takes her hand away, it's grabbing her eye. So this is a great way of moving. Now if I move the camera around, you'll see that basically it's following her. Now this is fantastic because what this will do, it stops you having to worry so much about getting focus and then recomposing the image, which can be a real problem. So you don't have to worry about it when you're using this focus method. And I use this an awful lot of the time. Particularly if I'm running gunning where I just haven't got the time to move things around manually. Now a mode that I do often use though is, I'll show you this one, which if I go back to the FN menu, and you can use center. Now I'll go back to zone in a second, but center, basically if you see what happens, there's a little box in the middle there, that will focus on anything in the middle and ignore anything on the other side. Now I'm shooting at 1.8 at the moment, so I am shooting fairly open. You'll see if now Kiara, just walk back Kiara, and you'll see as I actually, it's on continuous, so as I just keep focusing it will basically do that. Now walk right forward Kiara, so come right in. So as she starts to walk forward and I press the focus button, now stop there. Now it's still got face detect. The face detect will override these settings, and that's one thing that you've got to understand. If you're worried about that and you didn't want the face detect to be on, you'd have to turn face detect off. But you can see now how it's only focusing directly on the middle and ignoring either side. So that's a setting that I often use on the gimbal, because it basically I'll keep the subject center, and then no matter where she goes, as long as I keep her in the middle, it will keep her in focus, and that's what I've been doing in most of those videos that I've been setting. Now what about if you wanted to have Kiara walking on the side? Well, the same thing is you've got zones. Now when you select zone, if I use the joystick, you'll see now how that dial up, there's a sort of grey thing that moves around at the top. At the moment now it's going to the left of the screen. Now Kiara, just take a step away, so move away a little bit. Keep going. Keep going. All right, stop there. Now if I wanted to track Kiara on the right hand side, so now move over that way Kiara, what I would do is I'd have it on zone mode, not that far, come back in a little bit. Now then what it will do is turn around the opposite way. I'm just going to get rid of your face, so face the other way. Yeah, turn away because I'm going to get you walking that way Kiara. Now what this will do now is, notice how it's now focusing on that side. So Kiara, just start walking away. So you'll see now that it's tracking Kiara on that side and ignoring her on the right hand side. So come back towards me and just keep coming. Now face detect will eventually kick in, so now it's grabbed the face. Again, I just disable face detect. Now the same thing would be if I wanted to grab her on the right hand side. So step to your left a bit more, turn around the opposite way. Now if I move the focus point now to that side, it will now focus on that area. You'll see now it's grabbed Kiara straight away on that side. Okay, just start walking Kiara. Beautiful. And there, that way you can have control on the left hand side. You can also do it down the bottom as well. So I could move the zone down to the bottom as well and do that. Now what about the other modes that are in there? Well, let's look at one I do use quite often, and it's this mode, which is flexible spot. Move the thing down to flexible spot. Now with flexible spot you can have medium, small. I usually use medium. All it does, it changes the size of the actual box in there. Like if you'll notice, if I do that, it will actually be quite large. If I go back in and grab small, oops, I grab into here, like I said, it's a bit awkward because then you'll find it'll be quite small. Now all you do to move that around is you can just move the joystick to get it into the position that you actually want. So again, if I was targeting an area, I usually use, to be honest, the medium one. If you're dealing with very low light situation, you can actually use the small, which can help, I've found sometimes. Let me just grab this back again. I'm just trying to get around this gimbal. And I want medium, there we go. All right, so now say basically if I wanted to have full control about what's in focus, I can use the flexible spot and I can move down to, so that goes over Kiara, and then obviously as I focus, turn around the other way, it'll disable face detect. You'll see now that basically it will have her in focus. So just walk away a little bit, Kiara. You can see then that it's just going to keep that section in focus. So that's another really handy one as well if you want to be in control. Okay, turn around this way. Now what about the other mode which I use often, which is the lock on. I don't use the expandable one here, is basically just the same as the other expandable mode, only it grabs a little bit more on the outside. So if it's having trouble grabbing an area, you can use that one. But the more important one is this lock on AF. There we go. All right, so start walking around now. All right, so now it'll just lock on to Kiara, so it'll just move wherever she goes and it'll keep locking onto her. So that's what's really good with that. If you do it on the touchscreen, it's often easy, but I can't use the touchscreen, unfortunately, because I'm using the HDMI here to grab her. So that's how that works. Keep coming in, walk right in, and I've just got this on continuous focus, and you can see that it's nailing the focus as she walks in. You'll see there that it forms a ring like that, a square that's coming around Kiara. So if you move around now, Kiara, it'll track her completely. So that's the lock-on AF, which works really well. Now move quite quickly, sort of left and right. We'll see how it does track. You can see there that it's actually tracking very well. And it will follow her wherever she goes. So that's that one anyway. So please, if you have any questions about this, leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you can, give me a big thumbs up, and basically I'll see you all soon for the next video. Bye for now.